Are they closer than my... Nice. Oh, wow.
Okay, well, there goes my shooting bomb.
Damn it, that was to the right of him.
Got him.
Nice.
Oh. Nice.
Yes.
Yep. Nice. Yeah. Oh my god, this is
I'm
so...
gonna miss. I'm not gonna make it.
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god! I got it at last second. Oh.
Did you record that?
HuntSHowdown is a thrilling high-stakes PvPvE first-person shooter. Take down nightmarish monsters as you compete for bounties that will bring you glory, gear, and gold in this unforgiving and unforgettable online multiplayer experience. HuntSHowdown was originally going to be a third-person co-op shooter called Hunt Horrors of the Gilded Age. It was being made by Crytek USA with David Adams at the head of all of it. David Adams was one of the directors for the first Darksiders game. The game took on more of a Left 4 Dead style of gameplay, having 4 players fight hordes of enemies until they reached their destination. It was also supposed to have different enemy, obstacle, and objective placement so that no 2 playthroughs were the same. But in 2014, Crytek took over the project, and on 2017 announced the Hunt we know today. Now I've been playing this game for a while now. I started playing around 2018, the time the game was still in early access, and I played it off and on. I didn't really have an amazing PC back then, so it was pretty hard for me to run, but I ended up pushing through, and when I played it back then, I had a blast. The game fully released in 2019, and the developers have still been updating the game since. HuntSHowdown is a Crytek game, and that name might sound familiar because they made the Cry engine and the Crysis games. The game can definitely be very dull color-wise sometimes, but when in dark sight there are very nice blues for the clues that are scattered around, and oranges for players. And the game's UI is also just very nice, it's minimal, it's not really intrusive at all. It helps with immersion, and the main menu is pretty user-friendly in my opinion. Everything is easy to get to, and nothing's really confusing at all. The animations in Hunt are fantastic. They're very fluid, they're very satisfying, I think they're very well done. And all the guns also have a very good feedback. Just the sounds they're very crisp. You can tell the guns apart just by sound if you listen closely and you're very familiar with the game. And when you hit people, there's a very satisfying hit sound, and the headshots are even better. The gun models are also very detailed. As you play more and more with a gun on a single hunter, it will get dirtier and dirtier, and you can clean the dirt off just by paying blood bonds or finding gun cleaning kits as you play the game. Your guns being clean or dirty has no effect on gameplay, it's just a neat little detail. You can also view guns in their legendary versions in the store with a very nice 3D model viewer. You can even shoot it and get an idea of the sound and the distance that specific gun can be heard from. So it's very nice, it's very useful if you want to study the gun sounds and stuff. Sound plays a very big part in HuntSHowdown, as its gameplay really relies on not just hitting shots and game sense, but listening. There are sound traps everywhere, ranging from crows, broken glass, pots and pans, chicken coops, or even branches. You, yourself, can also set up traps, ranging from bear traps and many different tripwires. Alert tripwires launch a firework into the sky and make a very loud noise, but if set next to barrels, it can also set them off, making a giga trap. On top of all that, just listening for regular old footsteps helps too. At the moment, the game only has 3 maps, but they all have a lot of love and care put into them. There's so many fun little Easter eggs, and there's a lot of just good moments to be had on these maps. For instance, the DeLorean Easter egg, which is really good, it's a reference to Back to the Future 3. There's a little train set, and you can see the DeLorean covered with a cloth. And also, in the newest map, they have Shrek's house, with Meathead replacing Shrek, and there's even a little horse there as Donkey. Now, the newest map is the most unique from the bunch. It was released this year, It's very vertical, and it's not swampy or like a bayou compared to the other maps. It's a lot more hilly, there's mountains, there's a lot more verticality to it. And the newest map is definitely my favorite, but don't get me wrong, the other two are still great too. They have a lot of love, same with the new one, and they're more of a bayou, swampy, there's a lot of water, and it's, you know, they're very well made in my opinion. The main gameplay loop of Hunt is to collect clues to find your bounty, which is one or two of the 4 bosses, the Spider, the Butcher, the Assassin, and the Scrapbeak. All of them have unique strengths and weaknesses, and they're all very unique in the way that they fight. The Assassin and Scrapbeak have a weakness to poison, the Butcher has a weakness to rending damage, and the Spider has a weakness to fire. They all have other weaknesses, but I'll let you figure those out. When fighting bosses, you can check around if there are players by using Dark Sight. Their symbols will flash white if there are no enemy players and red if there are. After killing a boss, you need to banish it to get its bounty. And when you start banishing, everybody in the game can see where it's happening on the map. Once the boss is done banishing, it has 2 bounties that can be collected. You can only pick up one, but you can have a friend grab the other one. Once you have the bounty, you can see other players in Dark Sight for 5 seconds. Usually the best way to use it is to do a quick 360 and check all around you for anyone. You can gain seconds back by looting dead hunters, collecting clues, or just getting another bounty that you could pick up from a dead player that had it, or another boss. You can have multiple bounties, they just can't be from the same boss. And then once you have your bounty, make your way to the exit, and that's how Hunt works. The game is pretty balanced in my opinion. They have a few problems with slugs being a bit powerful and just better than regular old buckshot at the moment, but I feel like they're not really game breaking, and none of the guns seem useless. The MMR rank system is also a little confusing. I have heard that people think it's bad, but when I play, it's fine. I feel like I'm on my level, so I don't really have any complaints. Hunt can definitely be an unforgiving game, but it's worth it. Hunt is probably one of, if not my favorite first-person shooter. The gameplay is really on point, it's very satisfying, and it has a lot of fun mechanics, so if you're looking for a really fun FPS, definitely give Hunt a try. It's on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, which it usually goes for $40 I think, so pick it up if you can, and I'll see you in the next video.